I hear folks that are, big proponents of driverless technology and kind of see that it's moving quickly and it's going to happen sooner than most people think. And then there's another camp of folks, that are a little bit more skeptical about this and don't believe that we'll see driverless trucks that, anytime soon or even, or even ever. Right. And their comments are something along the lines of, gosh, if you look at, Congress and states, I mean, we can't even get them to approve heavier trucks. How are we going to get them to approve, driverless trucks, roaming the streets? And, the general public's already, timid and afraid a little bit when they're kind of driving next to a big, behemoth 53-foot long, truck. It's just going to add more anxiety and more concerns about safety if they look into the cab and there's nobody in there, right? I mean, so I think that's arguably, I think there's some valid points raised in terms of, some of the hurdles that are out there. I mean, what do you see as some of the hurdles, the biggest hurdles to, driverless trucks, truly, making it out into the industry? And then what will it take to overcome those hurdles?
Yeah, I think you've hit on a couple of them. I think it is, getting the politicians and the government regulators comfortable that this new technology is safer than the current transportation model. And so I think that's going to take time for that to happen. But I also think that, as we talked about earlier, the fact that it's a pretty compelling business case of taking trucks off the road. And you could argue that if there's 40 to 50% less trucks on the road, that in and of itself creates a much safer environment as well, with fewer trucks for the consumer to have to maneuver around. And I think there's things that they can do to get the driving public more comfortable with the concept. They can potentially look at having designated lanes on highway systems that are either truck platooning or autonomous truck lanes only. And so the driving public that's driving cars are separated by the lanes as well. And as we talked about earlier, potentially restricting the autonomous or the platooning concept to interstate systems only, and as still having that driver in the front truck just as a precautionary way to make sure that we don't have failure of systems that cause horrible accidents to take place. So I think those are some of the things that can be done as we start to migrate into this new world of autonomous vehicles.